Talk with Mo. Glad you could join me. Check me out. Real Talk with Mo YouTube. Also the Lou and Mo podcast. Also check out www.cblifestyleapparel.com. Always coming out with new product. Check me out. Always something to talk about, man. The world keeps turning, no matter if you're standing still or moving. The world keeps moving, so get to moving. Get to getting it going after whatever your goals is. Make some goals. Dream. You know what I mean? That way you got some big goals to reach, because you make your dreams bigger than your goals. You know what I mean? Just keep on moving forward, man. That's what life is about, man. Progressing. I'm all for that. I want everybody to win, even though I know that's not truly possible, because everybody can't win. And there's not a big enough piece. It's just everybody ain't got it in them. And that just is what it is. Okay? Everybody not going to keep pushing. So, wanted to get into that. There's a few things that was, irking me, or some things going on that, I have my opinion on, and I like to share that with you. Like one, I would say I was watching just a little briefly about these, when the Congress, they always like to have these sessions where they're talking to like Zuckerberg or Dorsey, and they get in those conversations and they want to ask them about this and that. To me, some of that is just silly shit. Right? It's silly shit, and they always trying to. It's a show, man. The same thing I said before about YouTube and Instagram and people on Facebook. Not gonna say YouTube. Mostly I would say Facebook and Instagram. It's a show, man. People put on a show, and they do it in Congress. They do it all the time. They put on a show. They start asking these questions, and they want a yes or no answer. When all questions ain't that. Some questions are complicated, and sometimes when you frame a question, you framing it so you get the answer that you want. And people ain't stupid, right? You know what I mean? Like, these people they're smart people. They're not stupid. You're not gonna frame a question where if I say yes or no, either I'm totally denying something or I'm totally accepting. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. They think they're so slick. Oh no, and then they'll move forward. It's like you interrogating somebody. You know what I mean? Like a lawyer. And that's when if the question's not right, you don't answer it. And that's what they doing, man. They like, it's just silly questions. Because I'm like, Zuckerberg and Dorsey, just for those two CEOs, they don't know everything that's going on in their company. Come on, man. That would be retarded. Like, Jeff Bezos knows what's going on in the Arizona Amazon warehouse. Like, come on, man. It'd be almost impossible. Right? This guy is looking over all of the Amazon, right? He's the CEO. Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey over Twitter. There's no way they're gonna know all these things. Like, even if they go into these sessions and they have all the information they have all the information they want. There's still gonna be some information that they don't know. Whether they didn't get it, whether it wasn't, exposed to them, there's gonna be stuff they don't know, man. Like, it just makes no sense. And they love to do that, and they push them on these things, and it's like, come on, man, you're being ridiculous. Just like I was seeing about Elon Musk said something about somebody that was trying to form a union, which I'm totally against unions. And if you want to hear my reasons, I definitely have plenty of them. But they were saying something about that. He was saying that they don't, if they form a union or whatever, something about not having stock buyback. Bro, that's his company. This is the crazy part, man. It's like, it's your company. It's like somebody coming into your house, right, and telling you what to do and what color to paint the wall. It's like, that's not your business. Just like it's not your business what Elon Musk is doing with his company. If he follows, there's already put forth a lot of regulations, a lot of rules, a lot of things he has to follow. If he follows those and does those, what he does with his business, how he operates, if he's following all those guidelines that's already in place, then there's no more to talk about. It just don't make any sense to me. Now they want him to apologize. It's like, it's just showboating, man. Showboating, or what do you call it? Just they want to see. You want to show. That's why everybody apologizes. Bro, listen, I don't even understand the reason why somebody would apologize for something they said 10 years ago. People change from year to year. People change within months. I'm not apologizing for anything. That's the craziest thing ever. I'm not apologizing for a post I did on MySpace or a Black Planet or something like that. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. It's just stupid. People going back on, like, even what what happened with Kevin Hart. It's happened to everybody. This Teen Vogue editor, even a person that was part of getting her canceled or whatever, said something. But listen, you can't. It's just silly, man. You can't even say that no more. If you say something and people don't like it, I don't even believe half these people on Twitter is real people. I believe it's a lot of like bots talking, because some of the stuff people say, I'm like, there's no way you could be a human with a brain saying the things that you say, right? Saying and replying to the things and having the kind of outrage and upset. There's got to be something wrong. Even though I will put it on that, these generation is really like emotionally like soft, like feeling wise and emotional wise, like they're because they're in their own this is me type of thing. That shit's whack, man. So all that shit is whack. I don't even understand it. Like I said, getting back to the sessions, I don't understand those, why we even having them. You know what I mean? The only thing I would say push on Twitter and Facebook is either you're a publisher or you're a platform. And if you're a platform, then you can't put down anything. You can't take off anything. It's a platform. If you're a publisher, then that means your content is you're all responsible for all of it. I know that's what the point of the whole session is, but the question they're asking is not the question they need to know. You need to either establish yourself as either one. Because if you're a publisher, that means you're responsible for everything. You like the news, right? Everything that's posted on your websites, on Facebook, you're responsible for it. So that's a whole totally different animal. If you're a platform and you allow people to express themselves, then that's a different thing. Some people you ain't gonna like what they say. Some people you're not gonna like how they express themselves, and that's it. But that's okay. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't gotta listen to it. You don't gotta read it, right? To get somebody like fired or that's the silliest things I've ever heard in my life, man. It's so whack. So I want to talk about that. I know that's going on. I don't know how many people are even caring about it, right? Other people worry about other things. Then another thing was I seen. I was watching this good video. I think you watch on Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews, and he was talking to another guy, and they were talking about Saweetie. I don't even know, the person dating Quavo and how they breaking up and they going back and forth on tweets. And to me, this is another part of like this whole generation of like craziness, right? Like, why? Yeah, I don't know. Like, the thing is, like, the life that you lead and all this stuff, it's not new. It's not like it's unexpected. Like, I didn't see, like, even I forgot who Cardi B was dating, but I didn't see, like, oh my God, this is like, that's not their life, man. That's not how they live. So, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't surprising. It was like, oh my God, I don't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just silly shit, man. So they were talking about that, and, you know what I mean? They had some opinions that I didn't agree with on some parts of it, but, but even that whole going back and forth on Twitter, it seems like a play, like all the game, man. Like all the thing to get people to comment and like and get you subscribe. You know what I mean? Like all the game. And people playing right into it with no content, nothing being said, nothing being done that's like, helpful. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just me. It is what it is, though. And then I was listening to the lady from the women's soccer, right? And we getting back to this whole equal pay thing, right? Again, this is real life, right? And when I say this, you have to understand why I'm saying this, right? And this is, like, I was listening to another one of the guys, this New Ripper, he was saying the same thing. This is economics, right? Like, just say, for instance, the NBA and the WNBA. The NBA makes way more money than the WNBA. Way more. Way more revenue in advertising, way more revenue in arena sales, and ticket sales, and all over. Just way more money, right? They support the WNBA, I think, for the most part. So there's no way you can get paid more for doing that. It just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't make sense, and it doesn't. The same way as this lady, she was talking about the captain of the women's soccer team. She's talking about something they get paid more, and she's disrespecting and all that. No, men's soccer is just more popular. People watch men's soccer. Maybe not the USA men's soccer, but men's soccer in general is just more popular, and more people watch it. Even women. These are facts, man. It's got to a point where we can't even have facts anymore. Facts mean nothing. Facts are like, oh, yeah. No. Right? And it's like, what are we talking about? You can never get to a solution without facts. Right? You can't. You got to use the facts around you. They don't make enough money. If they were to make more money, say if they were bringing in the same amount of income and they weren't getting paid, then that would be an issue. But they're not. WNBA, definitely not. Right? It's like, what are we talking about? To me, it's like, I'm not understanding the logic. You can't, just because we do the same job, I mean, just because we're at the same place or we do the same job, it's not necessarily we do the same job. I might do it better than you. You might do it better than me. But if there's a pay scale that we could both be on, then yeah, if we're at the same job, at the same company, right, and we're doing the same job, right? If we both washing cars, and I'm washing the car just like you washing the car, because this is probably the most simplest thing I can think of. I'm washing the car, you washing the car. We wash the same amount of cars. We've been here the same amount of years. We do the same amount of cars. You know, all that, right? If all that's equal, right? Then hourly, they're probably going to pay me the same amount they pay you. Right? It just makes sense. But if there's other things they're going off of, right? Like customer reviews or customers saying something about you, or you doing something and people, you know, tips, right? Tips that customers give me, right? And I'm comparing to yours. If I'm getting more tips than you, obviously I'm either relating to the customers or I'm just more likable in the sense with the customers, or I'm doing something to make myself more likable, right? It's the same thing. Like if you put a man and a woman up in sales, right? There's no limitations on it, because the women can outsell the men easily, and it happens in any type of sales environment, right? This is not a thing. But when you're talking about something where, if you're talking about there's a pool, at a big old pot of money, the pot of money is $100,000, right? You can't expect to get paid $200,000. That's what you want. You want to get paid $200,000 from a pot that's $100,000. Where the other $100,000 gonna come from? You gonna make it? Come on, it doesn't make sense. They don't bring in the revenue, so you can't get paid more. It just that's obvious. If it was more, they would get paid more. But when we're talking about something that's equal, right? We're talking about sales. Say we were selling hats, right? If the hat is $30 and you selling more hats than me, or I'm selling more hats than you, then nothing changes, right? You should be getting the same pay I'm getting, right? Because we're both selling the same priced hat, right? So if you're selling $130 hats and I'm only selling $50, you're gonna get more money, right? But I can't be asking to get, you know what I mean? Like, I can't sell 10 hats and expect to get $600 when the hats only sell for $30. I don't know. Because me, that just, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But, I don't know. Then they complain about that shit. That shit drives me nuts.